Real Producers, your publisher, Kristen Brinley and Andrew Stallings. Thank you so much for being with us with Home Field Advantage Inspections. And he's our partner spotlight in our December issue. Make sure that you check it out if you haven't. Thanks a lot for being with us, Andrew.
Hi, thank you for having me. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Absolutely. You're an amazing partner. And, some stats about you. I know that, you look, young, right? But you actually, you've been in here in the inspection industry for 6 years, construction for like 8 years prior to that too. So lots of experience, done thousands of inspections. You're growing and, you're a great partner for us. And I love how you talk about you enjoy your realtor relationships. So it's great to have you as a partner of Nova Real Producers, and you do inspections for Nova, right? Northern Virginia, DC, and Maryland. And tell us about your business. So like, how did you get started in inspection, and like step by step, what happened, Andrew?
Well, first, it started with like construction management. Remodeling is where I started. Throughout my whole life, I always was working with my hands, doing little projects around the house. And then once I graduated college, I went full-time into remodeling and determined I really enjoy houses. So after that, I got lucky and an opportunity presented itself. And, here I am 6 years later with my own inspection company.
Well, tell us about like, how do you get clients? Like, what is most important for you in your business and getting clients? Like, what does that look like for you?
Believe it or not, most of the ways I get my clients is through word of mouth at this point. People, really enjoy the way that I conduct my inspections and the work that I do and the way I handle the clients. So I would say about 75% of my referrals are all word of mouth. Other than that, it's through just, someone Googling me or, just, happen to stumble across me.
Well, what has been your biggest challenge, do you think?
The biggest challenge has definitely been probably my age. Sometimes when people first see me, they're not expecting someone a little on the younger side. Say most people in the inspection field are a little older, but I do still have, 6 years of experience. So once I start going in the inspections, people catch on real quick that I know what I'm doing and I'm, experienced in the field.
Yeah. Well, and that's a great opportunity too, because you have all this experience and you're young. They can work with you, especially our realtor relationships. They can work with you for a really long time.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's a big part of my business is building those relationships. Some of my best clients or realtors I've known since I started, and, so I've known them 5-6 years and they become more like friends than, clients.
That's awesome. Well, what's been most rewarding? Like, that's a good time to like, what's been most rewarding for you?
Honestly, it's being able to help first-time home buyers. I really enjoy how excited people get when they're like, this is going to be my house, going through the inspection together and showing them where all the shutoffs are, where all the important stuff is about the house. I really enjoy that because you can really see how excited people are that they finally have a house of their own.
That's awesome. So what sets you apart, like makes you different?
Um, I would say, again, the way I handle the clients and the way I do my inspections. I really treat every inspection like it's my house that I'm buying, because the last thing I want is someone to move in and be like, I didn't know this was going to happen. I can't believe I bought a house where I need a new roof less than a year I moved in. That I think just the way that I can relay the issues back to the clients without scaring them. Or if the situation calls for it, if it is really serious, I let them know that too.
What is the next step, like what your business, the next year, 5 years, like what does it look like for you?
Well, I'm going to start actively looking to hire one, maybe two inspectors, hopefully within the next, year or two. Then I would personally like to take a step back and work more on the business side. But that's my goal at this point for the next probably about 2 years, is just, hire some inspectors and take, a step back in the actual inspecting role.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't just grow to serve people the best way. It's also scaling. So good for you. Good for you, Andrew. What do you think is most important when people work with an inspector? Like, what's most important about working with like a great inspector?
One, that they do know what they're talking about, and two, it kind of about what I talked about earlier about the way that the inspector relates the concern to the client, because the way you talk to someone can really determine if they're scared of the issue or if they're not, or really help them understand how big the issue is. I would say that's very important, because if you get a report, you just half the time just see the photos and a brief description. When you're actually there in the inspection, you're able to communicate with them so much better. And if they have any questions, you can answer them there on the spot. But I would say that's the biggest thing.
All right. So, what is like if you were to pick out a secret weapon, someone, something, a habit you'd attribute a lot of your success to, what would that be?
Um, just my thoroughness. I would say, being very thorough, especially when you're basically picking apart a house. That has really helped me. There's been multiple times where if you're not thorough enough, it can really come back to bite you, especially with home inspections. So I would say being thorough is probably the best tip that I really got. The other one that I got is, treat every home like it's yours that you're going to buy. That is something I take to heart, because like I said, for a lot of people, this is their first home, and it's a lot of money they're spending for a house. So, I really, last thing I wanted, like I said, is for someone to call me back and say, be disappointed in my work.
Yeah, you take a lot of pride in it. Every time I talk to you, I feel like that shines through. What is like a piece of advice that served you well with working with realtors?
Communication is key. I was always taught to over communicate. You know, if you don't communicate enough, a lot of times people can assume, and that's usually when you get in a lot of trouble. So I just try to take the approach of, like I said, being over communicative, if that's a word.
Yeah, no, that's great. So, I know that's really important to our realtor community. Tell us a little bit. So, we love to humanize and tell a little bit about you. Like, tell us a little bit about your family. Like, where'd you grow up? That kind of thing.
Yeah, so I was born in Springfield, Virginia, so I went away for college down in Radford and then came right back. So I've been here pretty much my whole life. Right now, me and my girlfriend just bought a house over in Alexandria, Kingstown area. And so it's just us and our dog, and that's really about it.
Good for you. That's great. Well, if y'all haven't tried out Andrew and his services with inspection, make sure that you do. And it's been an honor to have you on. I love having you as a partner, Andrew. And thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you too. I really appreciate it again.
All right. Well, have a great day, everybody.